Indian Ocean Dipole Mechanism, or called in short called IOD. What is IOD and how does it affect the Indian monsoon? So it is also called as Indian Nino. What it is? Let's begin our session. Now, IOD means the Indian Ocean Dipole. So, how the dipole in the Indian Ocean developed? So, if we observe the North Indian Ocean, there are two water bodies. One in the east we call Bay of Bengal, in the west is the Arabian Sea. What has been observed, there is a sea surface temperature variation in the eastern and the western part of the North Indian Ocean. When the eastern part or Bay of Bengal is warmer, Arabian Sea is cooler, or vice versa. So now why and how this situation arise? So due to whenever upwelling is happening on the African coast, Somalian coast, then it resulting into cooling. When the downwelling is happening, then it is resulting into a warming phase, and it can happen at in the between Indian oceans in the Bay of Bengal side between the Australia and the Indonesia. So two observation points are there. One 10-degree south till equator between Indonesia and the Australia in the Bay of Bengal side, and second point in the western part is the 10 to 20-degree north latitude in the Somalian coast. So, there are two special situations. There is a seesaw effect in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea is being observed. In the case one called positive IOD, in the case two called as negative IOD. In the case one, the positive IOD, what happened? The Arabian Sea coast, especially the Somalian coast, have warm waters due to the downwelling process, while in the Bay of Bengal between the Indonesia and the Australia is the cooling due to the upwelling process. And because of this situation of positive IOD, see what happened, the cloud formed over the Arabian Sea will be more because Arabian Sea is relatively warmer, and since the cloud formation is more, so southwest monsoon, when it is moving towards India, it picks up more moisture from Arabian Sea and cause good rainfall. We know the Arabian Sea branch of southwest monsoon cover most of the part of India, southern India, central India, northern India. So as a result, a heavy rainfall took place actually during the positive IOD. It may cause the monsoonal flood in the western part, central part and southern part of India too. But in case of positive IOD, the northeastern region rainfall become little deficient from the normal situation. Even these called as Southeast Asian monsoon or the North Australian monsoon also become weaker during the positive IOD. The reason is Bay of Bengal waters are relatively cooler, so less cloud formation, and the monsoon wind unable to push the clouds further because cloud itself is lower. Case 2, what happened? In case 2, we call the negative IOD. So negative IOD, so situation between Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea get reversed with respect to the positive IOD. Here in the negative IOD, what happened? This Bay of Bengal coast has the more warm waters because here is the downwelling process, while the Arabian Sea in the Somalian coast experiencing the cooler waters because of the upwelling process. Situation has been reversed with respect to the positive. Now when the situation get reversed, what is the impact on the Indian summer monsoon? This is our observation. Since in the negative IOD, Arabian Sea is cooler because of the upwelling process, cooler waters produce less cloud, and because of less cloud, southwest monsoon is able to push less clouds over India and less rainfall, and this resulting into failure of the monsoon or the Arabian branch of the southwest monsoon. So that means that most of the part of the India is not receiving good rainfall. It is below the normal. That's what western part of India or southern part, northern part experience drought because of the negative IOD mechanism. What happened to the eastern or northeastern part of India? In case of negative IOD, since the Bay of Bengal waters are warmer, it caused little surplus rainfall in the rainy season, even the Southeast Asian monsoon and the North Australian monsoon become little surplus. So one thing must be observed is the interrelationship between the INSO effect and the IOD effect. When both are interacting, and then which is more powerful to the Indian monsoon? So generally, since IOD is very close in North Indian Ocean, is very close to the Indian subcontinent, so the effect of this is more than the effect of INSO, since INSO is occurring on the Pacific Ocean, Southern Pacific Ocean. So whenever situation is in IOD, so that is the total direction taken. Example, when IOD is positive and INSO is also positive, what is an impact on the total monsoon? It is a surplus monsoon than the normal surplus. So excessive floods cause out. Whenever there is a negative IOD, negative INSO, that will be the droughts become excessive drought and severe droughts India experience. When the situation is reversed, like the positive IOD and the negative INSO, in that case, what will be the outcome? So outcome is in the favor of the IOD, so it become the positive. That means Indian monsoon become little surplus actually. When INSO is causing, negative INSO is supposed to cause drought, because of the positive IOD, that droughts are not occurring. In contrary, it will be normal or above normal rainfall is possible, and vice versa is also true. When the IOD is negative and the INSO is positive, so INSO is causing surplus monsoon, but the negative IOD is causing drought. So the final output is in the favor of negative IOD. So the Indian western part experience the drought also. Thank you all of you.